So, my hair's all disheveled and but I felt it important to make a new video about the ban list, which was finalized, I guess, yesterday and went up on the website. What was an update? Yeah, yesterday on the 20th. Uh, and there was a bunch of speculation of what it was going to be. There's a bunch of lists, and there's one that people seem to think was going to be the list. Uh, but I really wanted to fade from talking about it until the official one came out. And this one starts on September 1st, so we've got about a week and a half-ish? Yeah, about a week and a half before it actually hits. So start changing those decks now. So what's changed? Let's take a look. Alright, let's start with what's new as far as banned. And there's only 2 new banned cards. Bryonic. Okay, I can see that. 6 for a Synchro is still heavy. I'm surprised it hit now, when Synchros aren't as heavily used as they used to be. And now that they aren't heavily used, now Bryonic gets banned. I don't know, but I have nothing against it. And I'll have to take it out of my scrap deck, but that's about it. And Future Fusion. This one, actually, I don't know. Because there are a couple decks that would use it. Hero, Dragon, Gem Knight, a bunch of others that elude me at the moment. But I never thought it to be something specifically broken. Yeah, it was potent. Yeah, you needed it limited. I'm not sure about banned. I feel like there's maybe one deck that abused Future Fusion, and the rest just used it as another tool. And if anything, you needed to change up something in that deck rather than what's the word I'm looking for? Punish all decks by taking that one tool away from them. But again, that's my opinion. So, limited. Let's go with the new stuff that's limited to 1 per deck. Chaos Sorcerer. Okay. Nothing against this. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Alright, you don't really need more than 1 of that jerk. Maybe 2, but 1. Okay, I can be okay with that. Yes, I was specifically skipping over something for a minute. One of the Gishki rituals, I had to actually look up what he does. And you look at 2 random cards in your opponent's hand and you have them shuffle 1 back in their deck. I never really played a Gishki deck that ran this, but I would think if they ran specifically that card, you could empty your opponent's hand pretty quickly. I'm not sure if that's enough to really ban it, or, I'm sorry, restrict it, but then again, I've never played against that deck, so I don't know. Wind-up Carrier Zenmaity. If you were going to tell me a wind-up Xyz was going to be restricted, I would have believed you. Would have believed you entirely. Not for this one. Not for this one at all. There's another one that comes to mind. But, you know what? Again, I actually haven't played too many wind-ups, so I don't know how bad this card can be when you're, fighting against wind-ups. But, again, nothing really against it, just slight confusion. Let's see. Alright, let's talk about the ones that's gonna either piss you off or make you just a happy little girl. And that is 1 Dragonfly and 1 Hornet. See, here's the thing. I was questioning which of those 2 was going to be restricted to 1 per deck. I was. Because Hornet's potent. You get rid of it, you do the Insector effects, and you blow something up. Great card. But it's not what really sets the deck off. What sets the deck off is Dragonfly. And when I went over favorite cards again and kind of took a look back, I said, I think Dragonfly would be one of the biggest cards from that set, in hindsight. And And part of me really expected Dragonfly and just Dragonfly to be the one restricted, because it is really the crux of what sets off that deck, what sets off that long-ass combo. Was not expecting the complete destruction of Insectors with restricting both Dragonfly and Hornet. I think what might have actually annoyed the creators was the fact that there's only 4 real Insector cards that are run, and that's Gigamantis, Hornet, Dragonfly, and Centipede. Yeah, you can splash in Ladybug now, which is a pretty good card, but those are the 4 that you're going to consistently see. And they have all these traps and spells and other creatures that are supposed to support them, and they go untouched. And I think it kind of ruins what the creators wanted to see from Insectors, what they hoped Insectors would become, what they hoped Insectors, how it would be run. So I think there might be a little bit of malice in this from the creators, with the fact that they keep pushing out new Insector stuff and support, and none of us ever take to it. But all considered, I am perfectly fine with this. I had a bit of trouble with Insectors, but you know, Dark World doesn't have a bad setup, especially if you sideboard in skill drains and DDVs. They're not that difficult. But you know, we'll see how much there's crying and gnashing of teeth. Let's see, what was changed from Forbidden? Oh, this is fun too. So Spore's back. That'll be fun to deal with. And Tsukiyomi is back. Oh, do you guys remember Tsukiyomi when it came out with all the other spirits? Bring that out, flip something face down. Oh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Flip face down is probably the best way to deal with Xyz right now. And Tsukiyomi's back. That'll be good. That'll be good times. Good times had by you, Tsukiyomi. What else? Oh, and Ultimate Offerings down to 1. What's restricted to 2 now? Well, let's see. New ones, Rescue Rabbit, which I expected to go to 1 or 2, and if it wasn't 1 or 2, I was probably going to have some gnashing of teeth myself. Hoping for 1, 2 though, 2 I'm perfectly fine with. What else? Tour Guide from the Underworld, I expected 2 from that. It's unreasonable to think it being restricted to 1, but 2, very reasonable. Perfectly okay with that. A Hero Lives, E-Call, Heretic Seal, Pot of Duality at 2, okay. I am again okay with this. No one really ran, I think, aside from maybe Insectors and 1 or 2 other sparse decks, I don't think many people ran 3 Pot of Dualities. Usually about 2 anyway, so yeah. And what was limited now down to 2? Kalut. Okay. Debris Dragon was never really sure why it was down to 1 to begin with, so 2 I'm okay with. Agent of Mystery Earth. Okay. Reasoning. Oh, Reasoning. Yeah, I'm fine with Reasoning. Mirror Force down to 2. I don't think this is going to have a huge impact. I am now to the point where I sideboard Mirror Force, which I never thought I was going to sideboard Mirror Force. But in an overly aggressive deck, such as Dark World, there's no real place for it. I sideboarded in case I'm also playing against another aggressive deck. And I need some extra board clear for like some defense. But yeah, I don't think it's going to have as huge an impact as people think it will. And now, no longer any restrictions. Marshmallow, you can have 3 Marshmallows. Necrogardener, you can have 3 Necrogardeners. Destiny Draw, okay. E-Teleport, okay. Level limit area B. And Swords of Revealing Light. Those two together, not limited. That'll be interesting. You know there's going to be some stalls, some birds, some Exodia that are going to try and take advantage of the fact that you can have 3 level limits and 3 swords, which I am okay with watching that game just to watch for Rage Face. And you can have up to 3 magic cylinders. Remember when that was restricted? Remember when Magic Cylinder would make games for you way back in the day? Yeah. Good times. So that is the new Forbidden and Limited list, effective September 1st. Overall, I like it. I think they hit sectors a little harder than I expected them to, and left Dino Rabbit fairly untouched. But overall, I'm okay with the list. I really am. Like, I have to take out maybe 1 card from my scraps, and yeah, that's it. I really don't have to touch my decks at all. I could. There's new cards that, you know, if I really want to try putting Tsukiyomi in Dark World, but I really don't feel like doing that. But yeah, so what do you guys think about ban restricted? Is there anything you have to change? Is there anything you wanted to see, either to or fro? Let me know.